So this is an email I received on the 1st of July 2021, so more than 2 years ago. So today is 4th of July, so Independence Day in United States, and I just need to have this for every video because sometimes I had really problems to prove to track certain things. So this guy is part of the so-called trustee for this is a government office, so it's called trustee for free access to information of public interest. This is something that is equal to, I think the pronunciation is FOIA, so Freedom of Information Act, I think. Freedom of Information Act in the United States, so Freedom of Information Act, or FOIA, I think this is the how it's pronounced. I learned that from Maria Farmer. So the most important witness of Epstein scandal, Epstein child sex trafficking operation. So she mentioned that in I think 2 or more interviews with so-called independent journalists that she asked from FBI about her case. So she reported Epstein and Maxwell in 1996, and FBI did nothing on that. So she asked probably about that case, and FBI's response was that CIA said no. I mean, impossible. So go back to this topic. So this guy is Dragoslav ĐUKIĆ. So he was part of that office, and at that time he was his sector was he was in the sector for harmonization. I mean, come on. Yeah, and this is not just for freedom of information, free access to information of public interest, but also protection of personal information. They're using asset, which at least when I was using is rubbish. Was rubbish. I know it got better over years, but at the time that it was really rubbish. So he first is answering on on this email. Let's see if I can find it. So this is an email first time I think I asked about the I'm doing this on purpose to show the date. Special ops. Wow, Zoe Zildania again. Okay. So I don't know what's happening, but my okay. So 16th of June. So he's referring probably to this email. Sent on 16th of June 2021, and I'm just trying to, so it was a long email, so I needed to send it as a attachment with the RTF file attachment, sorry. So it was sent to I think something like 60 recipients. Most of them are state institutions. All of them are involved in the cover-up of monstrous murders of 3 members of my family. So first one was that I addressed was ambassador of Russia in Belgrade. He still haven't answered, and you see what's the date today. So if I go here and I look for trustee, so no, this is for protection of equality. I think this is the proper translation. So this is something I actually addressed to his colleague MARKO. It is very strange last name, because this I never heard, and I'm 50 and I never heard of this surname in Serbia. So they are probably either he's probably either son or grandson of some communist piece of shit moron who immigrated during the Second World War, or he's I don't know, son or grandson of some former politician or a criminal who is doing dirty jobs for DA, for intelligence, I mean government, and so on and so on. So I asked him on some information. I will now see when that happened. So he of course I mentioned that no army is involved. You can see why in my videos on my YouTube channel. So this is again my YouTube channel, and I also mentioned the FBI and European Commission. So let's see when I wrote to that NIKOTIĆ guy. So let's see here if I so it was wow. This is very interesting. So I have some words marked, even they don't contain this T. So 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth, as a 5th letter. I never seen this before. So this is NIKOTIĆ, not NIKOTIČ. This is NIKOTIČ. So is this? Oh yes, this. Okay, so there's only one. This is that email from yeah, this is actually the email I opened, email thread I opened at the beginning of this video. So this is the only one that I have here. So 28th of December 2019. So this is the only one with his name. I don't know why are these shown when I don't see anything. I don't see anything marked with yellow color. Actually, I'm not interested in replies, only in the okay, so I don't see anything here. And again, the only one that I can see here with this guy's name was this. Yeah, this is okay. This is nothing. So it opened only this one, I mean expanded, and this one as well. Nothing, I don't know. So these ones that are expanded should contain that keyword, but I don't see it. Anyways, so I wrote to this guy NIKOTIĆ in actually he answered in December 24th of December 2019, and I just forwarded this later to my brother. So that's not important. So he answered here. So yes, so I asked for documents related to murders of my family, all the cases related to me, both the cases opened based on my crime report or crime report that are our cases on crime report that are filed against me. So to this very date, 4th of July 2023, I haven't received still none of the cases, and only in prosecution of appeal or appeals in Belgrade there are around 10 cases, and even in one case that prosecution suggested the case to move to another local prosecution office because of the bias, and they did nothing. So this is the guy against Sector for Harmonization. This is how they are wasting money that is given to them. I'm talking about all the governments since 2000 after Milosevic falls. So this is how they are wasting money borrowed from international monetary institutions. I don't know those institutions know that very well what they're doing, but they're not reacting on that. It's okay for them. And another thing I clearly remember that according to some study and probably studies, Serbian bureaucracy, the whole system has more bureaucrats than Germany. I mean, which is amazing. So they simply if someone shows up that needs a job, some commie descendant piece of shit, they simply create some job for that moron and piece of shit, which doesn't make any sense, and it's not needed. Most of them are doing nothing. There are some people who are really, really hard workers, but most of them are doing nothing. They're just sitting, browsing internet, and it's okay with them. And they just wait to around 3:30 p.m. for their working day to finish, and that's it. So what this guy wrote here is that I sent the emails on 6th, 10th, and 20th of December, 20th of December 2019, about those cases that I requested. So I have a right to all those cases. So they not just they haven't sent any of those cases I received, and there is still no explanation why. They're simply ignoring me, although I proved that this is international case, and I simply need to go to here and open say Interpol. Let's say I add here I search here Interpol. Yeah, so they buried the most important video. Even when I search for it in the of course FBI is also involved, because it eventually leads to their embassy in Belgrade, ambassador in Belgrade during Milosevic era. I won't go into details because I explained that before. So even here when I'm searching on my channel, they are burying the most relevant video on Interpol involvement. They're burying it here. Okay, so this video alone is more than enough to prove that it's international case. So so this guy is so this guy is ignoring the fact that it's international case, and he is trying to explain here why he cannot provide that. He's giving some information, some definition, blah blah blah, invoking laws. According to the law, all state institutions have 15 days to send me this. So if they don't send this within 15 days, they reject my request. Then I file a complaint to the trustee. And what I should file, what information should this complaint contain? Yeah, and another thing, I cannot file complaint when Parliament decided, or President, or Supreme Court, or Constitutional Court, or Republic prosecutor. So this is the highest instance of prosecution. In that case, I'm starting I don't know what's the translation of this. Litigation, okay. I should initiate litigation. So he's pretending he doesn't know that I already asked for the information. He said here that I need to ask for this information from state institutions. I did that. He is pretending that he received only some emails, but I'm sure he received everything. And even if he didn't, he has that folder, which is given here with all the data. Folder is called Final 2. So and he gives some links and so on and so on. So I don't know what are these. What are these emails that he's referring to? But maybe I should look for keyword information. So information of public interest. This is probably no, it's not that. So maybe if I look for Poverenik. I don't see it here, so this doesn't help. Let's see, so sent, and I'm looking for December of 2019. Okay, so advanced search from me. I don't need this. No, 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 no. No. Oh, okay. Greater than blah blah blah. Okay, so search. So this should contain Poverenik. Yeah, it is. It's here. So it was yeah, December 6th of December. Prosecution for organized crime, higher instance court, constitutional court, and this is for trustee. So asking kindly to instruct state institutions. Most of them are state, there are some private, like that lab that was analyzing blood of my family. They committed a major fraud. So okay, that was the part. So I asked him to instruct them to in some sense to remind them what they need to do. Okay, so that was the first one. Again, here he is, and again I reference him here. So I again send them all directories on G Drive, so he's lying that he didn't have he cannot say he didn't know everything, because that directories contain the all those data. So all data are here, like 700 of them. Screenshots of the of emails, although I made a mistake by doing that because because links are contained here. It's the best way, and probably the only way, is to create the video of that email, which I'm doing right now. So the date is correct. So then this is December, 10th of December, and again this is 19. I don't know if he mentioned that. He didn't. So again, I asked for a lot of pieces of information. And I said finally to this guy that I will report him to FBI. So I don't know if he mentioned this email sent on 19th of December. So I said that I will report him to FBI if he doesn't send this data, these pieces of information. And another one on 20. What's this? No. This is the last one, which is open, expanded by default. It doesn't have anything. So 19th, and this guy NIKOTIĆ said 20th of December. I don't see that. It was 19th of December. So 19th. I don't know, I mean, I can check it one more time. Oops. This is nothing. This is okay. These are all emails that I sent to, I mean, email threads. Probably there are a lot of emails within these threads that I sent to this trustee office. Obviously they are doing nothing, so I need to check out one more time. So the 6th of December, 10th of December, and well, this is 19th of December. Yeah, he stated it's 20th of December. Maybe because of this is just forwarded. It's not it. This is forwarded to higher instance court in Serbia, so it's not that. And this is forwarded to Belgrade University. This is forwarded to, yeah, it is forwarded in 20th. I don't know why I did that. But it's the same thing. So I said it's that same email from 2019. So for 19th, from 19th of December, so 19th of December. So it's okay, basically. And they even confirmed here they received it after I sent them again. Probably I called them by phone. I don't see any reason why they would do that. Okay, these that are collapsed probably don't contain anything important. Okay, so this is sort of correct what he wrote, and it can be seen here that they haven't answered after this guy ďUKIĆ answered. So there are a lot of emails. This has 115 15 emails. I mean, a lot of those emails are just reports on problems with email delivery problem. So this is a huge thread. So this is expanded, it means it's here, another one, and so on and so on. So they received a lot of emails from me, so only that guy answered, that ďUKIČ guy. So he restated what his colleague said. So he answered like almost, well, year and a half, something like that. After I wrote to him, I mean, year and a half. It took year and a half to answer. So he said he's not responsible for that. That another guy, ďUKIČ, he's also at the time he was within sector of harmonization again. So so he restated everything his colleague stated. And he added the part of personal information protection. So, one more time, this is what he stated. And then he gave some parts of laws, of definitions, some rubbish. So he said here that I forwarded the email that is sent to a lot of other state institutions, media, I mean news, state council of prosecutors, high council of judiciary, Republic prosecutor. So he named one of them. So he stated that they asked these three, these are top of the prosecution and judiciary, top offices. So I asked them to instruct other institutions, including intelligence, military, and police, to stop threatening my family. So he is using this as an excuse, and he said it's not his responsibility. He's not in charge of that. He should not act about that. Although he, as I just showed, they have access to all the information within that. All emails I sent, all the information. One of those directories in final two directories Interpol, showing the involvement of Interpol. So what they needed to do, according to international laws, is not stating that it's not their business, but to report their colleagues to international institutions to file a crime report. So he just found some information, ignored everything else, ignored that they won't send me, they don't want to send a single case. There are like probably 50 cases in all the courts, and because a lot of courts are involved, higher and lower instance courts, courts of appeal, even Supreme Court. So he just found one part of that email which indeed doesn't have anything to do with him, although he needs to report even that part, because this is also the part of international organized crime case. So he's brutally breaking the law on criminal proceedings, which says that anyone who knows anything about some criminal activity, in some cases you can avoid reporting somebody if it's your husband or wife, or you live in the same household, and so on and so on. But this is not the case. So he's brutally breaking the law on criminal proceedings. This is also obstruction of justice. So that part of law of criminal proceedings is not reporting crime. I think it's these are articles 218 and 281, not 18 but 80. And also in crime law of Serbia, there is another crime defined, which is the preventing me from getting proofs. So and of course one more crime is I need to check out this in dictionary. So unscrupulous work in the service. I don't know if this is properly translated. So this is when you are working without ethics within your service, probably state service. So but again, one of the worst crime he committed is actually obstruction of international justice. So he simply ignored the fact that nobody wants to send me data that I have right to those pieces of information according to the law, so he simply ignored that and masked with threats to my family that he doesn't have anything to do with that. I mean, this is really extremely stupid. So this guy now advanced in his career, so he is now DA, and this is interesting. They didn't. I haven't noticed this before, but now they have their CV, their bio added, which is, of course, the minimal. It's pure rubbish. So this guy is trustee, major player here. He is in charge of that office. So they added this. I don't know if this has to do with my email. You will see afterwards that I asked for this guy's ďUKIĆ CV, detailed CV. I have my detailed CV in my channel, and in this folder, final tool. So CV, that's it. Some international references and so on and so on. So I need to close every page because I have problem with I mean, this is all computers, so I don't have enough memory. And also I'm using I'm working in incognito mode, because otherwise it is killing my disk. So not just Chrome but other browsers, they're constantly caching some data, which I don't know why they are used for. So I mean, way more than cache is really needed, way more cache than it is needed. So this guy now is part of the cabinets. He's actually the chief of the cabinet of the trustee. So this is now his number. Actually, it's the same number for all of them. Again, very strange surname. So this is for harmonization. You can see how much of these morons there are here. So these are all, as I said, descendants of common monsters who immigrated to Serbia during Second World War, or they are Kurbats. So not Croatians. Croatians doesn't exist. This is a fictional name. They're Kurbats, Asiatic tribe, moved here to Asia and mixed with natives, Serbians. So you can see here, I mean, check out this. And they're doing nothing, as you can see, nothing. This is the prime example of the what's the name? I cannot remember now. So again, they are either Komi descendants or are descendants of some relatives of some politicians. I mean, most of Komi some politicians, of course, and or relatives of some criminals who are doing dirty jobs for intelligence. I mean, government. So yeah, I remember nepotism. So this is the prime example of nepotism. Prime example. You can see here how many of these morons are there. They're doing nothing. These are all fictional jobs. nothing. Most of them are just simply sitting there, browsing internet, social networks, and waiting for their work time to end every day. And of course, international institutions know all about that, but they're pretending nothing. So, oh, they have Twitter. Wow, that's cool. Actually, that's actually very cool. Okay, so as you can see, this guy advanced in his career. He's now the top of the cabinet of the trustee, and you can see just how much there are other morons here. Interesting surname. Yeah, so a lot of fictional jobs that they are doing nothing here. They're just, I don't know what's if it's the same name in English. So usually they call them ficuses, as this plant. Weeping fig. Okay. It's called ficus here. Yeah, it's called. Okay, this is probably some other name. So again, there are ficuses. If this is the plural, and this is only one state institution. Imagine how many of them are here, are there out there. So this is. Simply something that normal people cannot understand, but knowing that communists are still in power here, actually under the hood, this is not surprising for anyone who is into geopolitics. I mean, global geopolitics, not just state Serbian geopolitics. So this is what they are doing, and the last thing I need to mention. This is how they work. Of course, sorry, I need to go through my response to this guy. Of course, he didn't answer. And the state Republic Prosecution Office, the highest instance, confirmed they received this email. So probably he received it too. If he didn't, that's the problem. That's the problem of Gmail, I mean Google or intelligence, who blocked this, if they blocked it. So I proved here that highest instance prosecution received it 2 times. They confirmed 2 times. I don't know why 2 times, but doesn't matter. Probably when I called them by phone. Usually I do this if they don't want to confirm. So I stated here that it's basic politeness, if I can put it this way, in communication using email to give the email. And by that I mean that he needed to click reply. None of them is doing this. You can see in other emails. I mean, in some rare occasions they are doing this, but in most of cases they are creating another thread, another email thread. So because by doing that they probably trying to get away with trying to create the situation that maybe somehow they received only part of that email. They can, if they send me all those, if they click reply, then in the rest of the email, all emails will be given like here, and they don't want that. So this is why they are, I mean, almost all of them, they are just they're never using reply, they're just simply creating new new email threads. So I explained why he received that email and that his colleague didn't answer, so he waited for, I don't know, 2 years to answer. So of course I asked him to forward that email that he is referring to. So he said, so his colleague NIKOTIČ, even he mentioned what are emails, but he didn't mention the date of emails. So this guy didn't even mention the date of emails. I asked him to send me those emails that he answered to, because I don't recall I mentioned him directly. I mentioned his colleague NIKOTIČ. I don't know if he's still there. And I asked for detailed CV. I pointed to my CV, because it is unbelievable for me that someone who is working in state service, state institution, doesn't know the how basic communications with email works. So I noted that time for answering is up, so I'm just writing this for newspapers. I wrote again on 2nd of July 2021. Again asked for all those things I asked in the previous video. Yeah, how nepotism works in Serbia. So this video will probably be named like this, in this manner. So I explained that he was his duty was to report this. So he doesn't know the basis of long criminal proceedings, which is the basis of prosecution and police work, and therefore courts work. Some more details on long criminal proceedings. And I stated I will put everything on YouTube. I will add his name and name of his colleague. I mentioned some notable prosecutors who are involved in this, like this guy who investigated what the monstrous murder of my grandfather. And I also stated that crime report can contain the minimal information, and according to the law, prosecutor needs to investigate all the details. That's his duty. That's by the default. So this is called ex officio. And I asked how he passed the state exam if he doesn't know that. So I mentioned that he is ignoring most of the emails. Not just most of the emails, but when he answers to some email, he just cherry picked a certain part which work for him. I also again mentioned nepotism. and that most all institutions, Serbian state institutions, are deeply into international organized crime. So it is enough just to state that the illegal arms trade started actually in early 2000s, and this thing with the scandal, I think it was scandal about illegal arms trade, I think that was in 2019, 2020, that was actually PSYOP to hide that it started in 2010, it started 2000, 2001, something like that. So this is when illegal arms trade in Serbia started. International case, worst kind of international organized crime is illegal arms trade. Yeah, I also mentioned because I insulted most of those morons and psychopaths, that I can do that because they are deeply involved in international organized crime, so they don't have any respect and dignity. So this is what you are referring to when you sue them for attacking your dignity. So since they are in crime, deeply in international organized crime, they cannot sue me for that because they don't have obviously dignity and everything else that goes with that, with it. So he never answered to these emails, and this shows this is another institution that that is deeply in cover up of monstrous murders of my family. So sorry, I wanted to go to this folder. I think that there is a folder related to TRUSTEE. It's here. So there is only one picture. I think this is the one yeah. This is the one related to that guy NIKOTIČ. Yeah, December 24th. Okay, so I think I'm finished with this trustee's office, and I'll use this again as a primary example of nepotism. Yeah, I attached here part of the long criminal proceedings. So, as I said, it's Article 280, and it says here that according to ex officio, you need to file a crime report, and not reporting this is a crime. and so this is about filing crime report, and this is about the way you do it and how this is archived. So the last paragraphs, third one, so this also has third paragraphs. So again, Article 281, if a crime report is filed to state attorney which is not in charge of that crime, or to the court. This is important because most of the people doesn't know that you can file a crime report to the court. Yeah, to police as well. Usually people file it to police, but if you know law, legal stuff, you can file it directly to state attorney. And so what says here, if when you file it to police, state attorney which is not in charge, or to the court which is never in charge, because it's in charge of trials, not prosecution. So they will receive that crime report and immediately, this is the most important, immediately send it to state attorney who is in charge. Of course, in certain cases, police can act before sending, forwarding the crime report to prosecution office, and this is in case when some piece of evidence needs to preserve and someone's life is in danger and so on and so on. But in general case, so these are special cases, in general case they need to forward it immediately. So one more time, immediately. And the worst thing for this guy is the fact that he is part of state institutions, so he has even more reasons to report this. So again, he didn't answer. And the last thing I need to mention is that, as I said, I asked for his detailed CV, and he, of course, never answered, and none, and I repeat, none of people who are working, those are really monsters, who are working, most of them, there are some people who are working really hard again, so none of them sent me their detailed CV. So I think that this is more than enough to show how credible they are. And I think that I have here my detailed CV. So this is my, yeah, here it is. So this is my detailed CV. I think I can, yeah. Projects with all the details, how much approximately how much those projects took, if I was working alone or not, the tools used, and so on and so on and so on. I also have references from some international science institutions that I was working for, which is here. So this is why they don't want to send me their CVs. So none of them, even including the president of Supreme Court. This is unbelievable for most of the people, but for me it's not unbelievable because I know how geopolitics works. So this is something that you simply expect if you are into geopolitics. Okay. So I think that would be it. Again, if I don't forget, I will name this, I will name it right when I finish recording. I will name it How Nepotism Work, DRAGOSLAV ĐUKIĆ and MARKO NIKOTIĆ. Poverenici. Trustees, sorry. Poverenik is in Serbian. So trustees, ĐUKIĆ and NIKOTIĆ. Okay, and even I think that I addressed him as Nikolić, because Nikolić is a really common surname in Serbia. It's from Nikola or Nicholas is in English. So I think that would be it, and I would really enjoy putting this uploading this video to my YouTube channel. So for now, that would be it.